Let's see if this works. Yeah, it's weird. It looks like it's about to show up on stream now. Yeah, boom, it's working. That is the weirdest thing.
So wait, your new YouTube one is working?
I'm gonna go grab it and see.
Oh yeah, now
That's
I see.
the wrong URL, Shake.
Huh?
You're watching copy is.
It is. Hold on. Shoot.
All right, yeah, the new one's working. I'll paste it if you want.
I got it.
Beat you to it.
Okay, good.
You still pasted the wrong one.
Did I?
Oh no. Okay. Wait.
Yeah, both will work, I think.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're up and running now. I think we're good.
Yeah, we are good.
Well, maybe we should wait a little while so
Yeah,
everyone
let's wait a
filters
minute.
in from the old room.
I agree.
You guys have a general chat.
SMI Hoffman, wasn't he one of the trolls?
I don't remember, but all I know.
No, that's the dude's little brother, isn't it?
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Hey, SMI Hoffman.
And just
Give us a
so you
rating
guys,
out of
just so
10.
you guys know, we are live, so they can hear us what we're saying. Just so you guys know.
Yep.
All right, everybody. This is Shake a Bake. Wait, I apologize for the issue with the other stream. I don't know what happened there because this is basically the same thing right here, and it's showing up. So not sure what happened. But the good news is we got it going, and I gave a whole 5-minute speech on the other stream, which nobody heard, but the people in voice with me. So. We got 13 people, so I think we have enough to get going here. And basically, this is Homebrew Vehicle Sandbox. We're doing a dev Q&A. Also, we're going to be announcing the results of the plane challenge. You can see on the screen in front of you, this is the Homebrew Discord community channel. And I'm in here with Colin, a.k.a. Bear Grylls.
Hello, everybody.
And he's going to be kind of watching the chat today and basically looking for questions that come up in the chat. If we don't answer that question in the Q&A, then he'll, at the end, basically say, hey, guys, saw this question. Are you guys able to respond to it? So thanks for doing that, Colin. We also have Sated Milkman in here today from the community. He's going to be monitoring the chat as well for any trolls that may show up. Not that any are going to show up, but just in case. Sated Milkman is going to be on his job. Thank you, sir.
I'm legally binded to say howdy, howdy.
Okay. And then we got the dev team here. We got Ignis.
Hey guys.
We got Mark Sputnik.
Hello guys, great to be here.
And Fizikov.
Hey guys, Nevada is going to join us in a second.
Oh.
He'll be on right away.
All right, awesome. Okay, we're going to jump right into it. Again, sorry for the delay, guys, but we're just going to start going through these questions. The first one is, will there be multiplayer in HB14?
There will be multiplayer, but first we're going to release Workshop, and followed by the old parts, and eventually we'll release the multiplayer.
All right, and I think we're going to talk a little more about that later in the stream. My wheels behave strangely.
Well, in most cases you could just tweak the sideways friction. Just make sure that the front ones have like less than the back ones. Messing around with the suspension force will also help out a lot. And yeah, like wheels, just like any other part, you can just tweak and get better results. Like some tips would be make sure your car is around 1,000 kilograms, and then that the COG is roughly in the middle of the car, the same height of the wheel hubs. Yeah, just tune around with the grips.
Okay, and just to point out to people, I brought it up on the screen. There is a tips and tricks chat channel in the Discord community we have, and you'll find a lot of those kind of things in there. We also have build helpers too. So if the wheels can be challenging, and I think the question just to add on to that is wheel settings. I don't think are the same for every vehicle. So if you have a heavier vehicle, the settings for those wheels might be a little different than, let's say, a lighter vehicle. Is that true, Igneous?
Yeah. The settings completely change depending on like how heavy your vehicle is, where the COG is, etc. But like a good start would be for a car around 1,000, having grip between 1.5 and 4 of sideways, 1.5 and 3.5 of sideways grip, and around 1.5 or 2 forward grip.
Okay.
Should do the trick.
Yeah, you definitely. I mean, it is you do have to tweak those wheels to get them to work the way you want them to work for that particular vehicle. It's kind of experimentation. So, next question is symmetry tool. I know that's been a big question coming up quite a bit.
Mic isn't
Hang
working.
on.
Talk.
We got a mic issue over here.
Nope.
No. Well, I think Igneous, you can answer that one.
Okay.
Tell me.
We'll look at it.
Okay, so symmetry tool, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this has been asked like a lot of times already, and we originally planned to release Homebrew 14 with a symmetry tool. But after a lot of testing, it proved to be a little bit too buggy, so we decided to wait until some of the other systems were more solid, so we could rework its mechanics a bit until we release it. So yes, it will be added, but not yet.
Okay. Next question is: did you guys remove look around in third person? Basically, free look.
Oh, we did not actually. You can just switch the camera mode now. So I think before the last update, you were limited to one camera mode, and now you can just switch between them using B on the keyboard, and it just switches between the camera modes. So you can press it twice, I think, to get into free look mode.
So it's the V key as in Victor to get to third person, to switch camera modes,
Yep.
and then it's the B key like in boy to switch up to get that free look, right?
Yeah, just B to cycle through all the different camera modes.
Okay. The next one is: will you get rid of the black flickering on the level?
Okay, so his mic isn't working either.
Okay, you guys need new mics. We're going to start up a fund to hashtag buy copy bug paste team new mics.
Your mic is muted.
All right. Can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, the question was for the flickering one, right?
Yeah, flickering. I think from the shadows,
Like,
maybe.
Yeah. Well, basically, it's an issue that we're aware of, so it should be fixed in the near future when we upgrade Unity and we make some changes to our systems. What? And after that, we'll have it pointed out, so it shouldn't be an issue after future updates.
Okay.
It's something that we're aware of right now.
Awesome. Next one is paint tool. We've got colored panels in there. The question, though, is about a paint tool in game.
Yeah, what I
Already have the 4 elements for the paint tool. Want to make sure that the tool is optimized and then user friendly at first.
Hey, I think Fiskov, I don't think we can hear you, buddy.
well, I think Oleg was talking about it, but it seems like his mic is having issues. Well, basically what he said, that for the paint tool, we have it scheduled, So we want to have the ability to paint parts by using the tool in the builder itself. So you have like right now the adjust tool. We want to have something similar to that to allow you to change the colors.
Now, I don't know if you guys can answer this, but can you actually, will you be able to paint like more than just the skins? Like, could I paint a pipe a different color?
Well, it's definitely the plan to paint parts and pipes. So it's our plan to add that in the system.
Okay.
That's why we also waited for a while. We just want to have that solid that you have more possibilities than just the plating for itself, for example.
Okay, that'll be awesome. Steam Workshop. I know we're going to talk about that later in the stream, but that has come up. So I don't know if you guys want to just wait till later to talk about that, or if you just want to say something general about that.
Well, I think it's best if we go more in depth later on in the stream. But the main idea behind the workshop is that we'll add it ASAP. So we're kind of busy with it right now. There are some things that we need to consider. So we want to make sure, for example, that people don't lose the vehicles that they have, and we've made systems that are necessary for that. And yeah, we will go more in depth later on.
Okay.
In the stream.
Sounds good. Next up is, and this was also in the Steam forums, is programmable logic systems.
Well, yeah, I think Ignis can elaborate on that more.
So is the question like if we're gonna have it, or
Yeah, if we're gonna add,
we're gonna do?
Yeah, let me actually. I'll bring it up in.
Definitely.
Okay.
We need programmable parts, and having just one cube to do all the logic of your vehicle would be absolutely amazing.
So that's planned for the future then, down the road?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Next question is from, and I apologize in advance if I just tear up some of these names, but I'll do my best. This is from Valrus. And the question basically is, looks like, is there going to be 2560 by 1080 resolution?
Yeah, so that is like Homebrew 14 right now only supports 16 to 9 aspect ratios. And after initial release, we kind of determined that we'll be scanning for the resolutions depending on the monitor. It's something that just didn't make it into the game because we had a really tight deadline, and there were some other issues that were prioritized at that point. But it will be in game definitely, so you will have support for that.
Okay, awesome. Next one is any way to reduce the lag, and this looks like it's coming from Shock Penguin.
Yeah, the best way to reduce lag is at this moment to turn everything down to bare minimum and put the water quality to realistic. After that, you can change it back to simple. It's very necessary to do so because otherwise there's a bug with the water quality and will be turned back again. And another thing you can try is run the game in DirectX 9 mode. I think you can find some information about that on the Steam forums. Finally, if this doesn't really help you, then it's probably because of your GPU is not supported and it's running on HD on your CPU processor. We're gonna try to fix that in the future, but at this moment there's not much we can do about it.
Okay. And just a reminder to people, again, on our Discord community channel, and I brought it up just now, there is a chat room called I Need Help, and that's a place that you could post some of those things about, you know, how can I improve my performance, and you might get some help there as well. So just a reminder for everybody. The display sometimes flickers. Any idea what is wrong? And this is from Cookie.
Yeah, this happens when you go too far off center because of float point issues. It's also the reason why the robot and body of your vehicle starts to shake after a while. Basically, the numbers get far too big and they start losing accuracy. So that's something that we'll be fixing when we'll be expanding the world.
Okay. Next one is vehicle is suddenly gone. something, and it's suspension force set out, and they have a number. I'm not sure what that's about.
It's like probably
Yeah.
the suspension force is set to 0, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's from V4723. Okay. Yeah, it's set to 0.
Well, that's because the suspension distance is 0. That results into the forces going to infinite. This will be fixed by pretty simple. Just set the minimum amount to 0.1. So if you put in a 0, it'll actually be a 0.1. Other than that, there's not really much we can do about it.
Okay, but definitely
But,
do not have a 0 there. It won't show up, right?
Well, it's never put a 0 in there because, well, the forces would go to infinite.
well,
So
we're actually also planning to kind of eliminate the possibility to set it to 0 itself. But we're not sure in which update it will be, but definitely it's something down the road that's planned.
Okay. Next question is from Tactical Zombie, and it's invert mouse look.
Yeah, so basically it's something that we totally forgot when we were making the new version. It is on our to-do list, so it will be included.
Okay.
If you means if possibility.
So that is coming then.
Yeah, definitely it's on our list.
Okay. I love this next one from Frowning Lizard. There's a hole in my runway.
Well,
I'm not.
we've seen the nice. Well, we've seen the nice screenshots of that one, and yeah, it is something that we also missed, of course. But it is a nice find, and we'll fix it in the upcoming update.
Okay, that was awesome. Then now I want to go find the hole in the runway because I haven't seen it yet. So is it on the mainland runway or is it the other one on the mountain?
it's on the mainland.
Okay, that's awesome.
We call
All
it
right.
the Satan bump.
Also from Jackoman 3, we got the questions around FPS lock.
Well, for now you can turn on VSync, which will lock your FPS at 60. We will be adding more in-depth feature for this in the near future.
Okay. Next question is basically, renaming parts or add a part description. I think this may be towards also in the tuner, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, if you mean renaming parts in the browser itself, that is probably something that we won't do.
Okay.
Not right away, anyways. But we have been considering the idea of renaming of the parts in the tuner. So, for example, if you have a left wheel, you could just name it left wheel. It's just not 100% sure that we will include that feature, but we're really considering it at the moment because it sounds interesting to have a better overview of the total vehicle. Basically, for the part description and property description, we'll be working by using the tooltips. So if you remember, Homebrew 13 had a similar feature. If you hovered over an icon, you would get the description of that icon, and that's what we are aiming for in this version.
Okay. Yeah, I could see in the tuner where that could be helpful, for some of the boxes that are with a part to be able to rename it. I think that could be useful. Let's see. Next question is from Ace Author, and it's welcome page hides the video settings button in 1280 by 720.
Yeah, we noticed this as well. It will be fixed ASAP.
Okay, great. All right. So basically now that's pretty much the questions. I'll turn to Colin, a.k.a. Bear Grylls, in the chat with us here in voice. Anything pop up in the chat that maybe we didn't address or you think is a good question?
Yeah, a couple things. So earlier on, Ethan had asked, who in the small indie team does what?
Well, mostly we have yeah, Nevada is doing the programming work. We also have Igneous, who mainly does the networking work and also coding and experimental stuff. We also have Mark the Sputnik. He does the biggest part of what is it, the graphical work. And then we have me. I'm Fisikov. I do mostly the business stuff and I help out where I can. So I've also worked on audio and stuff. And of course, we also have Shake, who does the PR stuff for us.
Yeah.
And he's proving to help us out a lot. So by managing the Discord channels, Steam channels, and stuff like that.
All right. Awesome.
Excellent. Private Killa also asked, will there be like wheels of tanks or track wheel type things in Homebrew?
Oh,
Well, it is definitely something that we'll be considering. I think Sean has also some things to add on that.
yeah, it's something we definitely want to add because it's been one of the features that, like, people have been asking this before we even got on Steam. It's something we definitely need to add in the long run.
Right. Existential Egg also asked, he said he hasn't been following the updates recently, but do we have electric motors yet?
Not yet.
Are they
Do we have the
planned?
parts made yet? Yeah, we have the part actually made as a model. It's just a matter of implementing it into the game itself. But it will be
Excellent.
there in the future.
Okay, so it's coming.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that was all
So,
the questions that were in the chat there.
Thanks, Colin. And hey, say to Milk, is everyone being nice?
Yeah, yeah. Loot has a problem though. Last live stream, we had a person who joined our Discord server under the alias of Loot Mad, and you blocked him, and now the actual person Loot Mad cannot get into Discord.
Oh,
Into
okay.
our
Let me unblock.
All right.
One last question from somebody called Sated Milkman. He has a question for Shake.
Oh no.
Are you excited to hit 7,000 subs?
You know, I am very excited. And I think, say to Milkman, you're a fellow YouTuber. You know what it's like, you know, getting subs and all that. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a video here probably later tonight, just thanking people. But yes, I'm very grateful, and it's a very exciting milestone. Thank you. All right. Is that it, Colin?
Yeah, I think so. Litmad's issue has been sorted out, I think. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. That's good.
And if you got a question you think of, just again put it in the chat, and Colin will scoop it up, and at the end we'll check in back with him to see if there's any more we can answer. All right, let's talk about development update, kind of like what's coming in the future. I think the three main areas we're going to cover is Steam Workshop, more parts, and multiplayer. So why don't we start it off? I think with what is next, the next priority, which is Steam Workshop.
Right. So what you want to know about that? Well, the main idea, or do you want a more in-depth description of that?
Well, I think first of all, I mean, let's assume some people haven't used Steam Workshop before. So I think just kind of a general overview of what Steam Workshop is, and then how we're going to incorporate that into Homebrew. I know the question I have about it is when you talk about it is when you're in game. I do know that we're sharing vehicles through Steam Workshop, I believe. But one question I'd like to answer is: will people, when they're in game, be able to actually get vehicles and share them through Steam Workshop, or will they have to actually log out of the game and go to some area in Steam Workshop to do that?
They'll be able to just upload their vehicles in game.
That's awesome.
So you can just open up your inventory and press a tab and upload everything you want, and then you just send the link to whoever. You're basically done.
And then what if I'm in game and I'm curious about some other people's vehicles? How would I go about finding those vehicles? Is there a search function, or I mean, how does that happen?
Not a search function. It will be, I think, we has the overlay system. that you can like browse the workshop itself.
Okay.
And then find a vehicle that you wish to download, and then just download it to your inventory. So then after that you'll be able to just play with it around in the world, and yeah. That's the basic idea behind it.
So will there be a Homebrew Steam Workshop page in Steam?
Yeah, you can just, if you head to Steam, and then the Homebrew community, there should be a workshop tab. People won't be able to see it unless you're in the beta channel.
Okay.
But basically, you just head on to there, and then you can see everyone's vehicles, and you can vote on certain things and rate them and whatever. And you just download them through there. So instead of download, they call it subscribe for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just go on the workshop, select the vehicle, and then subscribe.
Okay, so just so people know, in the voice, I did pull up on Steam, Steam Workshop, and it looks like, and I'll just pick another game. I'll pick this Lemma parkour game, and let's see what happens. So basically, it comes up, so Lemma has a page in the workshop similar to what Homebrew is going to have, and basically, I'm guessing this will be basically the clearinghouse, the storage area of all the vehicles that people are sharing here?
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, at first it will be vehicles, but later on there will be other things that is user-generated content that we want to share through the workshop itself. So it won't be only restrained for vehicles. Just at first, we'll be starting with the vehicles themselves.
Okay. Do people on the chat have? We'll wait just a second. Questions about the Steam Workshop, or even Colin or Sated Milkman in here. I know for me, it was the biggest thing is integration of how things will be shared while I'm in game. I think that's probably the biggest thing I had. I don't know if you guys had some questions or people in the chat are bringing anything up.
I haven't seen anything specific to the workshop recently. Let me scroll up a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, there was the one I just posted by Loot's by private.
Oh, yes. He asks if we can celebrate Shake's achievement of his 7,000 subscriber milestone by poking in his belly and his side with a stick.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Later, that sticks and go.
That's the second question.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's see. What is the first question then?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
What was the first? Well, while they're figuring that out, we'll share more information about the Steam Workshop, as it develops. But can we give a general timeline to the community, guys, about when can we expect us to roll that out?
Well, we're aiming to roll it, making progress on it. It's about 1 week, we think.
Okay.
Though we won't be releasing it if it's not stable.
Okay. Are you going to run like a beta version of it or something, or a test version where some people could help out and test it?
Most likely.
It will be probably about a week, I think. Right, guys?
Yeah, probably around a week until we start testing it ourselves for a couple of days, and then we'll test it with a very specific group of people.
Okay.
And see if they encounter any issues and help us debug any errors that we do end up finding. Okay.
Now, I want to go back to one quick thing Fizkov said that I think maybe I don't know if we can clarify this, because I'm not sure about it, is that we know that the Steam Workshop will allow people to share vehicles, but you said something else about user-created content they could share. What would that? Can you give an example of that?
Well, it is something that like you have projects in Homebrew right now, so you could, for example, share your project. Well, in the future, we won't just be focusing on vehicles. You'll also be able to make kind of challenge system-based projects like we've mentioned in our feature list. And once you're able to do that, you will be also able to share those projects. So our goal is to eventually have everything that you can be building in Homebrew to give you the ability to share that. And it shouldn't just stick to the vehicles, in our opinion.
Okay.
I hope that clarifies it a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, no, thank you. All right, let's move on then. Next thing, everybody's chomping at the bit. They want more parts, and I think they're always going to want more parts. And we do have, I think, currently less parts in HB 14 compared to 13, but that's to be expected. So maybe we could talk about when can they basically expect to see more parts, and I don't know if you guys are able to share maybe what some of those parts are going to be.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna give Oleg for that. Hang on, because his mic is not working.
Yeah, about the parsing. So basically, we're trying to make as many parts as possible, and we try to include many parts in upcoming updates. So we always have spare parts, or that the models are already made for. We just need to implement them in game. So we will try to push out as much as possible parts in the future.
All right, so that would come after the Steam Workshop.
Yeah, in every update we can expect parts, so it's
Okay.
something easy for us. And
Are you able to share at all about what parts are coming next, especially ones maybe you guys are excited about?
yeah, the electric engine, some new turbo engines, but like you saw from the last stream, some panels like solar panels are coming up.
Oh,
All kind of cool stuff.
did you say solar panels?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Whoa.
Especially with the electric engines.
Yes.
It's going to be so fun.
That's awesome. Okay, so more parts. So we're shooting like for every update. Hopefully, we can sneak in parts on every update. And it sounds like we got some great parts coming in the next one. And now, as far as parts go, in Discord and in the Steam forums, so especially here in Discord, we do have a chat room that's called Community Suggestions, I believe. Let me find. Yeah, no, just called Suggestions. Are you guys open to people giving suggestions about future parts? I mean, are we considering taking those kind of suggestions and actually bringing those to life in game?
Heck, like half of the content we have in game now are suggestions.
Awesome.
It's just like we can't come up with all the parts ourselves. It's sometimes we see something on Steam, and if it seems a good idea, we just consider it with everybody, and then eventually, if it is a solid plan, then we add it into the game. So all suggestions are welcome.
I'll just share an inside story with you guys. Been playing Homebrew for a long time, and I remember when I met these guys, they were really, like they just said, it's true, is they were really open to taking ideas about parts. And I remember I was asking for video cameras. I said, man, wouldn't that be awesome if you could get a video camera and a monitor that would allow you to then remotely control your vehicle. And then before I knew it, here were these video cameras and monitors. And at that point, I knew these guys were awesome. The fact that they actually took feedback from the community. And then the other thing I told them, I said, if you don't do anything else in HB 14, the one thing I've always wanted since I was a kid, I never got one, is a mini bike. I want these little mini, 50cc mini bikes. And next thing I see a couple weeks ago is a new part, motorcycle mini bike looking chassis, and that was it. Now I'm indebted to them for life. So the moral of the story is, if you have ideas for parts, put those in the suggestions. And again, these guys are listening, and you may see your part in Homebrew Vehicle Sandbox. That's awesome. Okay, multiplayer. Everybody wants multiplayer. I know I do.
Ooh.
Exactly. And everybody's been just talking about it. And we were in the voice channel the other day, playing online, live streaming, just horsing around. and everybody was talking about, man, when multiplayer comes online, think of all the fun stuff we can do. So let's get these folks up to date on multiplayer, kind of like maybe a general timeline and what to expect.
Okay, so first we need the workshop, and then we'll start implementing multiplayer like part by part. It's gonna be a lot different. The most important change, or well, the best change, is we finally figured out a way to do port forwarding correctly, so you won't have to manually open up your ports and stuff on most routers, because sometimes it will still give issues. But so opening ports now works, and then we should still have like a server browser where you could just like in V13, where you could just browse for servers and join anyone you'd like. We should give some more settings. So instead of just like server name and or password, we want to add in stuff like allow weaponry or allow maximum number of parts or whatever, stuff like that.
Some more customization.
Yeah, way more customization.
And eventually, we want also to increase the player number. I think that is something that will also be a big point of the new update if we pull that off. So basically, in the past, we had fewer players that could join us in the game. Right now, I don't know what's the count that you think that will be able, Sean. Should be more normal, right?
Technically, yeah, because the only limitation that Homebrew 13 had player-wise was when everyone spawned a vehicle, it would kind of add into the lag, while in V14, vehicles are like they use far less memory and they're way faster to spawn, calculate. So the lag should be less per vehicle, and the data that has to be sent through per vehicle should also be less, since we're changing the method of sending data and what kind of data we exactly send to other players to optimize it even further. Because how it is right now, like 16, you should be able to run a server with 16 people just fine on any computer, as long as you can run homebrew well enough. More players, the better the computer you have.
And then I know that's, we got Steam Workshop parts. Any general timeline we can give on multiplayer? Any rough estimate when? And other part add to that is, are you going to be doing an early closed beta testing group as well?
I don't.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do closed beta testing.
Okay.
But for the release of the multiplayer itself, we've always said 1 to 2 months. But just to be sure, we won't be releasing it if it's not stable. So if you see some issues in the beta group, for example, then we'll first address those ones. We hope to get it out in the not maybe not next month, but definitely the month that follows that one in the first half. We'll push for that. But our main goal right now is just to build it as solid as possible. So if we don't encounter too many problems, then it will be faster. If we run into some unexpected issues, and we will be fixing those first. So that's definitely the approach to take, we think.
Okay, awesome. So I just want to make sure people, one thing heard in that is, general time, we're kind of shooting for 2 months, but it's critical that we release a stable version of the multiplayer. So that's the priority. But what we'll do as we're developing it, we will share with the community how that's going. And if there's any setbacks, we'll make sure you guys know about that. We want to be as transparent as possible in sharing this information with the community. So that's, I think, multiplayer is going to be epic. Collins, did any questions come up on multiplayer that we didn't address or?
Not specific to multiplayer. I've got
Okay.
a couple questions, but I can bring them up later towards the end if you want.
Okay. And then on the screen, you notice I got a picture. This is from Mr. Dovakin, one of his creations. This is, I think we're going to take a vote at some point, but I think we're looking for an official mascot of Homebrew Vehicle Sandbox. And I know.
Please, God, no.
Can't let him win.
And this little creature actually will kind of like slither by you and wave its hand at you. So that's from Mr. Dovakin, and he has posted everywhere in Discord. So I want to make sure that there it is. Yes. So everybody can
He
see
also
it.
shared it on Skype.
And Skype, yes, that's awesome. All right, so that's good on that. Let's talk about next Discord real quick. I'm just going to do another plug for Discord. I know people are getting sick of it, but I think from what I'm hearing so far and seeing, I think it's awesome sausages, and I'm going to trademark that saying. But basically, the link should be below the description of the live stream. This is just a free service. It's a free program interface that allows the community to be together in chat rooms and also in voice. We are actually streaming the voice right now today through Discord, and you can see that on the left side of the screen here. But it gives us a lot of control over setting authority levels, also like designating different roles. So on the right side, we've got build helpers. And again, these are volunteers who basically said, hey, I'd like to volunteer to help people out who maybe arrive here who need help with the vehicle. So I'm going to do a quick shout out to the ones that are in here right now. We got Aperture Science 540, Gid Skid, Ivan the Porn, Terrorist, I believe it is. Sated Milkman. He actually is a really nice guy. The name scares me, but Sated Milkman, who's actually in voice with us right now, and Squash. There are a couple more, I believe, but we're always looking for volunteers. You can join when you want to, and you can leave when you want to, and we really appreciate you guys. We also have some achievements going on. 500-hour achievement in Homebrew. We've got I think a 300-hour and a 100-hour, and so if you guys achieve those things, just post it in the chat room, and we'll make sure you guys get recognized for that. And just another thing I'll let you guys know, I am in communication with Discord, the developers of the program, because they do offer additional services to game developers, game companies, that allow you to do things like customize the Discord appearance, maybe with homebrew logos. They also are looking into the possibility of integrating voice in Discord into the game as well. And so we'll see how that develops here in the future. But that could be a possibility for Homebrew. All right. And just so you know, we are currently at 87 members as of last Thursday. Ooh. Yeah, it's epic. It's awesome.
Man, we gained 4 from here. Last night when I did a video, we had 81. Oh, yeah. No, 83.
It's awesome. The other thing is we're now. This is a little surprise we have for you guys. It's been been in the works, and that is drumroll. A new website. Yeah, that's it. We got a new website, and I'm going to turn it over to the dev team here to talk about a little bit about the website. And here it is. I'm on the home page, just so you guys know.
Well, basically for the site, it's been a long time. We've been trying to make some changes in the past, but we kind of reworked everything. So for the people that remember the old site, you had the forums, right? That thing has been reworked with a new site. The main page is also simplified. So in the past, you had the news feed coming up on the main page. Right now, it's mainly just the intro and then a feature list. You'll be able to find the planned features, a short description about the game, and also the features that are in the game right now. We also want to share more of the content that the players create, so we will have a community screenshot holder. So the most awesome screenshots will make it in. So you can just add it onto Steam, on our community hub on Steam, and we will go through it and we'll pick some out based on the looks and the vehicles themselves. And then if you see the top bar, I don't know if Shay
Yep.
can navigate it.
Yep.
You have the news tab. So if you would click on the news tab,
I'm on it.
you should kind of open it, the news feed. So basically all the content that we post about the game will be found there. If there's an update, everything will be on that page. And as you notice, also we have the social links right bottom on screen.
Yep.
So that will guide you to all our pages. So the Steam page, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and VK group. And then we have the forums. I think Ignis can elaborate more on that.
Okay, I got them up.
But that's the third tab.
So yeah, the forums have been reworked. We still have all the original topics and channels. Oh. I cannot get on the forums for some reason. Oh well.
Yes.
The server is really acting up today. But so yeah, the server is working normally, and so forum's been reworked. We have a new chat, which is way faster than the old one. We can add in a lot more custom little things, and it'll be way easier to manage and remove spam and random stuff. Because the old forum, it was a good system until someone found a way to make spam accounts really, really fast, and then it got flooded instantly. And the old system, you had to literally remove every post one by one, and it would take about 10 seconds per post. And if there's 1,000 posts in a matter of minutes, it's really, really pain in the ass. So with this, it'll go a lot faster. And then you can also link up your Steam account so people can see on the forums like who's online on Steam and stuff. And we can end up integrating a lot more using that. And there should be a topic on there. Oh, why can I get on the?
Which area?
Basically, we made a little thing so you could do like a shortcode with the vehicle download link, and it would show a little box with an actual picture of that vehicle, the description you set in, and stuff like that. And it's just like a lot more little customization things.
Is that in user creations maybe, or general discussion?
It's probably in general.
Okay.
And then yeah, I think it's the testing homebrew.
Oh, yep.
Something.
Got it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it shows a picture, like a card almost.
Yeah, that's still a version 13 vehicle, but we'll update that so it works with V14 vehicles as well, with new icon as well.
Okay, that's awesome.
But yeah, one of the changes we also need to take into account, like with the website, if there are some issues that people encounter, just let us know. The same is true for the forums. It also should be user-friendly for mobile users, but it's possible that some of you will notice that the footer gives issues on some resolutions. So that would be also great if you share with us so that we can fix it.
Okay. So this is live today, right? At homebrewgame.com, is that right?
Not yet. It's at homebrewgame.com/new.
Okay.
We still need to change the URL because the server is really acting up today, and I have to contact the host to reset the services.
Okay. Is it /new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just putting it in the chat. Okay. All right. Awesome. Great job on the website, guys. I think between Steam forums, Discord and the new Homebrew website. 3 great places to share information and to interact with the community. It's going to be awesome. It looks really good.
Oh, one little thing that I forgot to mention is it's the same like with the old site. We had an FAQ page. It is also on the new website as well.
Okay.
So if there are issues that are frequently popping up, then we'll be adding those too.
I'll just show those guys real quick. Yeah, so on the home page, top right is a FAQ link. And this will just continue to grow as questions come in. We see some themes that we'll answer those here. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I know everybody has been waiting patiently for the winners of the Plane Challenge. And I think I'll speak for the team when I say this. We, over the last, I'd say, couple days, have been poring over the entries. And I think saying it was a challenge is an understatement. There was some incredible stuff submitted. But obviously we can only select 3. But if you didn't get selected, it doesn't mean you didn't submit an awesome vehicle. So first off, thanks to everybody who did participate. And again, great job to everybody who entered the contest. There is more contests coming. So don't worry, there's more opportunities to build some awesome stuff. So we're going to have first, second, and third place categories. And let me, on Steam, I'll pull up. This is basically the challenge, and it was mustn't be too big, must be easy to fly, must have keyboard controls, must go faster than 250 kilometers an hour. You must make a video of the craft in action and link it in this thread. First place is going to get their vehicle into HB14 as a default vehicle and get 3 Steam keys to share with friends and family. Second place, you're going to get 2 Steam keys, and third place, you're going to get 1 Steam key. And of course, you guys are going to get some bragging rights. That's always fun too. But one thing I'm also going to add in Discord is I am going to add they call it roles, but basically I'm going to add categories for event winners. So you will, if you did win or you're in the 3, you will get a tag added to your profile that shows that that you won that event. So I think that's pretty cool as well. So let's do this. We're going to basically announce whose plane it is, what place it came in, and I'm actually going to pull the game up. 2 of the vehicles I can show you in game. One I don't have the file for. I'll have to just show you the video that was submitted. You guys ready?
Ready?
Ready. All right. Third place, and I apologize if I say the name wrong. But it's in the name of the player who submitted. It's written, it looks like, in Japanese, and I think I did get a translation of Shirokami. Guys, am I saying that right?
Think so.
Okay,
we don't speak Japanese.
Okay, Shirokami, and it's called a hover jet. And I'm going to play the video here. Let's check this baby out.
Oh, all those displays.
Yeah, there's a lot in the cockpit.
Man.
There's a lot of, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a lot of automation going on here, a lot of tuning going on with these engines to make them do what they're doing and to make this craft do what it's doing. It's crazy.
I would love to see the tuner screen.
I would too.
Yeah.
I bet it's just covered. I actually watched this in school when I had free time. I was just searching, homebrew jet videos, and this popped up, and I was just wowed.
And I love the glass cockpit as well.
Yeah.
But look, the control of this vehicle is just, I mean,
it's so smooth.
Yeah. And at some point, he's going to tilt those babies forward. And I think in this build, he did
He's gonna
increase the
take
speed
off.
of it. Yeah. And the wings all move too. It's just it's crazy.
And like, it doesn't even look hard to control. It's
Look at all
makes it
those.
look so simple.
This is where he takes off.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Look at all those displays. That is insane.
Well, the best part is yet to come.
Yeah.
This was made before the whole pitch thing, right? With the whole maximum 360 degrees. Because his pitch was just in the thousands.
I don't know.
I think he just did like the gyro thing on vectors,
Yeah.
and this will offset the value. Well, not offset, but
Offset on the screen, so you can see the extra decimal digits. Otherwise, it only shows you one digit. Yeah, that's actually a number between 0 and 1, but he's displaying it as a 4-digit number.
That sucker's cooking.
That thing is epic. I mean, just the control you have over this plane. I want this file so bad. I want to fly this thing.
I know.
What's the top speed actually?
I just saw it hit 2.2.
All right. So we'll stop it there. You guys get the idea. This is the hoverjet from Shirokami, third place. Hopefully he or she is watching the stream, or at some point I did send them a Steam message. I'm trying to get the file so we can share it in Discord and people can check it out. That thing is epic. All right. Next up, I'm not watching the chat on the stream, so Colin or Sated Milk Bunny, if something comes up, just let me know, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
One funny thing Egg said was the tuning screen gives him heart palpitations.
The what does?
The tuning screen of that would give him heart palpitations.
Oh, exactly. I'm going to fire up the game,
understand.
guys. And I'm going to show the last two in-game.
Was that third place or?
That was third.
Okay.
Let me know, is the game showing up on the stream?
Yep, it's showing up.
Okay. Now, something else I want to point out to you guys while we're getting into the game is the top left of my screen, you will see an overlay, and that is showing everybody currently in Discord in this voice channel with me, which I think is epic. So basically, as we talk, you can see, they'll light up, and you'll see who's in there with you. So if you're playing multiplayer in the future, or maybe you're a YouTuber, live streamer, you're definitely going to want to turn that on so you can use that. Okay. Now, I'm going to say to you guys right now, I am not the best flyer out there. So please do not judge the quality of these vehicles by my performance at all. Please do not. But number 2, and this is an awesome, awesome build, is Lucy's F4U Corsair. This thing is basically like a master's lesson in skinning. But he actually reskinned the wings. Can you guys see that on screen?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
I don't see
Yeah, everything's working smooth.
okay, good. All right, I'm going to jump in this thing. And again, hopefully I don't blow it too bad. All right, I'm going to change up views by hitting the V key. And see, this is what people are talking about. If you get stuck like this and you can't find the free cam look, just hit your B key as in boy, and that's going to allow you to get a free look like this. Okay, guys? I'm I know Lucy spent a lot of time on that skinny to try to make this plane as accurate to the real life plane as possible. And again, I think it just looks epic. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start her up. And throttle up is P. Come on, babe. Get it up. Get it up, Shake. Okay, it's all right. We're going to do this. Shake. All right. Don't have no fear.
It's hard to fly an airplane with one arm.
That's what we'll give him.
Okay, it's okay. I'm not giving.
You got it.
I'm gonna try it one more time. Hold on, guys.
boy.
Hold on.
Good thing there's no soft body physics.
Hold on. Lucy, I apologize. The other thing you have to remember I'm going to make excuses now, guys. Hold on. The other thing you have to remember, guys, is right now you cannot change controls of other people's vehicles that you have shared. So, I mean, everybody has their preference of how they set controls up. So you kind of have to get used to it a little bit. That's my excuse.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. You sound like me on the mountain.
All right, let's try this again. All right,
With NVIDIA's two-wheel drive tank.
Flaps up. All right, flaps up. All right, here we go. Start it. I think it needs more runway.
Oh, come on. You've
But
done
you
it
could just
before.
try not hitting the cliff.
Or just go to flatland.
That's where I need to go.
Don't hit the tower afterwards.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
I imagine that's a really
Yes.
And the wheels even going.
Let's see if I can land it.
Don't push it.
And I want to score.
No. Go
Before
land
he
back
just
on
crashes and burns.
Go land on the original one. There your town.
Oh god, no.
Land on the helipad on Hero Mountain.
Oh! Oh, yes!
Spoiler.
Hey, Shake.
Yeah.
I've got good news.
Yeah.
Third Place just uploaded their vehicle.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Oh.
Nice.
Are they watching the stream?
Let me link it in lobby.
All right, guys.
There you go, guys.
We're
I'm testing this myself right now.
Okay, awesome sausages. I am going to do first place next, though, but that was second place. Lucy, F4U Corsair, that was awesome. Again, my apologies in the flying. It was probably just so much pressure on me with Sated Milkman in here. So, the number one top dog, going to get their plane in homebrew vehicles. Sandbox is Cookie, the Shadow. There she is. I know what struck me first about this plane. One, it looks cool, but was the flying. I mean, this thing is an amazing flyer. And I don't know, the rest of the team, you guys that were obviously involved in decision making, if you guys want to jump in and comment about any of these, please do so. I'm going to try to get this thing to go.
Well, I absolutely love the way that it flies. Like, it's super stable. Doesn't require too much, so you can just take off wherever. It's a really nice plane.
Yeah, it's also quite spaced out. So
Watch these tailwinds, guys.
Does this have a stability control system?
Yeah, it's auto stabilized, but it's not on the top yet. There's so much in the forums as well.
But that is the same cookie that we used to play 2013 multiplayer with a while ago.
I think so.
So he's been around a while. That's it. Definitely a really nice one.
I like this orange.
I think one of my favorite things about it is the nice spacious cockpit. It's kind of nice and wide.
Yeah, it's not cramped.
It doesn't cramp the view like a lot of the ones. And, you know, a lot of the planes I make, we try to make a narrow cockpit and it's cut off the cameras.
Shake, people want you to turn down the game volume a little bit. They can't hear us.
I know. I just doing that right now.
Just spaced out for a minute.
So I was so sucked in.
For a minute? A good like 3 or 5.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Whew.
Screensaver.
I apologize, guys. I was so sucked into flying that thing. It is loud, but man, it just has a growl to it. I mean, you feel like you're flying this jet. I mean, it's awesome. So that was first place, Cookie the Shadow. Congratulations to you, my friend. To Lucy, to Shiro Kami, sorry. Epic builds, and the rest of you guys, and again, the rest of the team joined in here. It was really, really hard to decide because all of them had something about them. It was definitely not an easy decision. And I don't know if you guys want to say anything about the event at all.
Glad to be here.
So, did you get the third place entry to test out for us, by any chance?
No, I will though. Let me do that right now. Can I load it up while I'm in game?
We'll just watch this.
Yeah, it works for me in game.
Is it in Discord?
Yeah, it's in the lobby. Igneous posted it.
Okay.
I think it's also in Share Your Creations, or I don't know.
All right, let's copy the link. This is really easy to do, guys.
It's not the easiest one to control.
Okay.
But man, it's so fun to fly.
Oh, he's putting the pressure on me now.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring up the hoverjet Shirogarusu.
That was pretty good.
I hope you guys are seeing Mr. Dovikin's mascot.
Yes, we see it, Shake.
Okay.
Right. Lizard has a small question.
Okay.
He wants to know that if there was a fourth place, who came in fourth?
Oh, that's so hard.
Yes.
Oh. It's, I don't know. It was we didn't actually think about the fourth place. It was when we were collecting the vehicles themselves. We were thinking about some people that were sharing the second place, and it was more about that rather than having a fourth one. So we would have to think about this one. But most of those vehicles were amazing. Just this was one of the most difficult challenges to decide the winner actually.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay, Shake, do you want me to explain the controls a little bit, or?
I'm looking at them, but I actually got it up in the air, and I'm up hovering right now. And this, yeah, tell me what you know, because I definitely could use the help.
Okay, so shift and control to like throttle up and down, and
Okay.
just try to get it as stable as you can.
Yeah.
And then W and S for pitch,
Okay.
Q and D for yaw.
Oh.
Until you transform, then it's to roll,
Okay.
which is actually really nice. And then Q and E for roll, even like in both transformations, but it's only needed in first.
I'm doing
And
circles.
then once you switch like through F, press G as well, because the tail needs to go down.
Got
That's
it.
on a separate button.
Oh, this thing is
And
ridiculous.
then the coolest thing is like if you're in first person view and you press Z, it pumps out these displays with all the information, with like the gyroscope information, the rotators information.
Yeah, I just
and
did
how much
that.
boost you have left.
This is
It
cool.
is so cool.
Yeah, I'm actually flying it. It actually handles really well with flying forward. The cockpit, the glass on that is so good. All right, let's transform it.
It's not an easy task to do.
No.
All right, I'm gonna bring it in. I did pretty good on that one, actually.
You did.
I mean,
It helps that there are no mountains nearby.
You know, I think it's because you didn't bring out the wasp. You weren't cursed.
See, you
There's
know when you
still time. There's still time.
Should I end it with the wasp? That
Gotta
thing.
end it with like.
No, I'm gonna
end it with a mascot.
End it with the mascot.
Or first place.
Or first place. Yeah, let's end it with.
Or some other contestants that were playing.
I could show. Well, yeah, I could, but I don't want to offend anybody if I miss somebody. Yeah, I better not do that, because then if I miss somebody, I have pretty much everybody's vehicles. I'd have to show them all if I'm going to show some. So I'll just end it with the first place one again. I'll throw that baby out there. And while I'm doing this, we'll kind of just wrap up everything here. First, I want to thank Colin, a.k.a. Bear Grylls, and Sadie Milkman for helping us out during the stream. Thank you, both of you, very much.
No problems. Pleasure to be here.
Howdy. And did you want to answer some more questions that were asked during?
Oh, yeah. Was there any? We could do that right now if there was some that came up.
I copied a few of them if you missed a few, Colin.
I'll go through my list real quick.
Right.
The frowning lizard asked, "Can we get proper wheel hubs with swing arms and coil over the suspension?" So I don't know if any of the devs are here. Yeah.
Eventually, yes. We're working on something like that.
Okay, excellent. And Existential Egg asked, "Will the human characters be coming back anytime soon? And what about objectives, races, challenges, and those sorts of things?"
Well, for the challenges, it's mostly that we'll give the tools to build your own challenges. But for the human characters, it's just not sure when they will be back. We have plans to bring them back, maybe, just not sure for 100% how they will fit into the total picture. So we don't want to end up making stuff that might be excluded out of the game again. And that is something that we'll evaluate as the challenge system takes place and some core features are added later on.
Okay.
As for characters and stuff, Danny and Joe will be back, so yes.
Okay, I'm sure everybody's glad to hear that.
I don't think everyone's glad,
yeah.
but okay.
Well, we won't name names. Let's see. Okay, Joseph Anthony also asked, any word on pushing parts, like hydraulic pistons, that sort of thing?
Well, once we add in like joints and stuff, then we'll definitely add in parts like pistons and hydraulics.
Well, I don't know if he means a physics part, but like in the same way that the rotators work, but it goes along a linear path instead of rotating. Is something like that possible?
It should be possible.
I'm guessing like a piston.
Yeah, I mean,
a
in the same
piston,
way
but
that the rotators
without
work.
an axis. So more like a rail.
Basically,
that
I
he's
mean, it
asking.
would function like a piston in the sense that you could raise and lower something or extend your wings out rather than having to use the rotator, multiple rotators to achieve the same kind of thing.
Yeah,
I
we
think
can add
a
that,
lot of
right?
people would use that. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that would be nice. Shaw Dog also asks, will we get or is there already a map button?
Ooh, a map. We don't have a map button yet, and I'm not sure if we will get a full map.
Discussing like radar system, looking into something like that, but we still have to figure out how we're going to take that approach, how we're going to figure some issues at hand. But like, if you remember Homebrew 13, you had a map like that way. So we'll be definitely going through something like a part or a thing that you add on your vehicle.
Yeah, it won't be anything easy like in V13. You'll need to
Yeah,
work to find your way around.
right. I vaguely remember the one in V13. I think you removed that after a while, right?
Yep. I think we actually removed it with the Steam update, or one of the two. But yeah,
Right.
it got
Yeah.
removed pretty fast because it was really hard to update the map because it was basically just one giant picture. So we had to run a camera around and take pictures, stitch them together, and it was just a mess.
What about like a map that isn't necessarily made with pictures, but just like 2D vector art with labels on it or something?
Yeah, that could technically work, but like the same idea, but on a part would be even cooler. Because then you could display it on screens on your vehicles.
Yeah, a map that you could display on your HUD or on a screen would be a perfect solution, I imagine.
And use that data as an input for a coding.
Now we're getting into advanced features.
Well, it's mainly also that you have to think it like this: when you are in the vehicle, you have to switch to a map. That just wouldn't be as practical as just having it on your vehicle itself all the time. That's the main issue of why we're taking this approach. As otherwise, you would have to open the menu or an overlay, and then you mess up your flight or yeah, destination.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
Plus, it's
So
an extra
the-
button you can't use on your vehicle.
True. So those were all the questions I noted down. Sated Milkman, did you
Yeah, I
pick
got a
up any
few.
other questions?
So, Cliptochondriac Engineering asked, is there a way to set up a custom gamepad to the controls? I use a modified DS4 for a lot of my games.
They should be able to work just fine. Homebrew now uses direct input. V13 uses raw input. Now, the issue with raw input was if you had, let's say, a steering wheel, or no, a flight stick. A flight stick is easier. If you had a flight stick, it would get the raw vector data out of that flight stick. Now, if imagine the stick is centered, but hardware-wise it isn't centered. Microsoft centers it through some driver voodoo magic. In Homebrew, it would still give out like it isn't censored. New Homebrew it does, so you should be able to use the controller just fine. Because I've been able to bind everything so far.
Okay.
Got a race wheel, flight stick, PS4 controller, PS3 controller, a Wii controller. I even found like my Wii Fit board that
wow.
works just
Oh,
fine,
that's awesome.
Your
Um,
own controller also, I think.
and my DJ Hero controller. Don't forget my
DJ Hero.
DJ Hero controller.
Okay, but what about a Guitar Hero controller?
Yeah, that works. That's the thing. It's just direct input, so it works. Yeah.
And you can use multiple controllers at the same time. Can you do that?
Kinda, but the ordering gets messed up sometimes. So let's say you have 6 controllers plugged in, and your 360 controller should be gamepad 1. Sometimes it would say that your 360 controller is actually gamepad 5 or 2 instead of 1. So all your vehicles which have, okay, gamepad 1 axis 1 suddenly wouldn't work anymore because gamepad 1 isn't your 360 controller. So it's still recommended to only use one controller. And if something messes up, just unplug all the other controllers to make sure that your controller is actually like the only one. And then yeah, but technically you can use multiple controllers. I've used multiple 360 controllers on single vehicles before. When building the robots, which you can see in the trailer, I was doing small tests and had like one part of the robot controlled with 2 analog sticks on a 360 controller, the other parts with a different controller, and me and Tommy were just messing about and laughing our asses off.
That's pretty funny. Didn't realize you could do it that far.
Oh yeah, you can plug in. I think the limit is 16 controllers, because that's. No wait.
But no way that you will use all those, but.
Technically, you can use more than 16 controllers at the same time. Technically.
Right. Because I was thinking of making like a pad of toggle switches that I would plug in with a USB.
Yes.
And then bind those to toggles on my vehicle, for like flaps and landing gear and that kind of stuff.
Dude, I just want to make a giant control panel with like 5 joysticks and a racing wheel and like everything on there controlled by an Arduino, which outputs all the data. And then I could just
toggle
make it completely modular everywhere. Yeah, and LEDs everywhere and like nuke buttons and all the good things.
Yeah, maybe you should start selling some custom homebrew controllers on your website.
There you go. All right. So that was a little bit of a tangent, but we got some more questions. Mini Pop said, if you guys could add a ladder that you could adjust the distance of, that would be great.
Oh, that's something we actually want to add pretty soon. Because we've been thinking about ladders since we changed the player controller in V14. Because in 13 you were just able to jump on everything without any problems. So yeah, we kind of do need a ladder, but we didn't want just a ladder part. It has to be like modifiable, like the fuel tank and stuff.
Yeah, we need to get the interaction proper first. So, but for now you can also build systems that are foldable, kind of pathways to your vehicle, or like since it moves down, that you can enter and then move up. But it's a workaround just for now.
Yeah, you can do some crazy rotator stuff as well to create like a lift, but it's fun to do, but it isn't suggested.
All right. Existential Egg asked, any plans to add in destruction to vehicles?
That depends on how he sees destruction. Because if he means destruction as in like BeamNG drive, then pretty much no. Not for now, at least. If he means destruction as in you can destroy other people's parts, then yes. For multiplayer, that will be really cool. Because
Probably
Yeah.
not something like you crash into a wall, your plane gets disfigured, but if you shoot somebody's wing, it'll get disabled.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully, like, eventually linked stuff as well. So if, let's say, you destroy an arm, that everything connected to that arm will basically get killed off as well.
Yeah, and it probably also won't be like right away. So for example, fuel tank, it will first lose some fuel, and then later on it will be just empty and unusable. So the same is true for other parts, like for example the wheels. You will be able to drive for a while, but then it just breaks down and it won't function properly anymore.
So basically, as you would expect.
All right. Savion Dallas asked if you can add hubs for motorcycles or a tool to make your own suspension.
Well, that's something that we need to look into. There has to be it has to be to consider more in depth. But Nevada just saying something. Hang on a second.
So basically, Nevada just said once we have the hinge system, we can implement all of that.
Okay. Last question I've been seeing asked the last 5 minutes of this stream is, will Homebrew ever be able to play on other systems such as consoles like PS3, PS4, Xbox?
Very improbable.
I would just see it being hard, building and whatnot.
It would be extremely hard, like not only control wise, but just getting it to run. Because if you think about it, a PS4 and an Xbox One, hardware wise,
Oh yeah.
it is so sad.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I can't even imagine trying to build a vehicle with a controller. I mean, imagine doing that plating system with the analog stick.
PS4 would be better off because it still has kind of a touchpad, and you could do it for like some finer adjustments. But an Xbox One, I don't know.
I just
That'll
couldn't
be
see,
really difficult.
I just couldn't see it being able to run the game itself. I mean, you'd have to turn the quality down quite low.
Yeah, probably. Unlimited.
I mean, it'd probably run like a medium strength PC, medium low end. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
but I think
we're actually planning to experiment with a Steam controller soon, because you were mentioning like PS4 controllers and stuff. So we will be looking into controllers themselves. So,
okay, that's cool.
Once we have that, we can see if implementation of the controller is possible. But just like Sean mentioned, it won't be possible for an Xbox, not in the near future, anyways.
This is actually good. I didn't notice. Apparently, we're getting Steam controllers.
Oh, yeah, that's neat. Yeah, the Steam controller might actually work in the vehicle editor with the touchpad on it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I've been wondering because since they released the final images of how it looked like and feels like, because I have played around with a Steam controller before, I just haven't been able to play Homebrew yet.
All right, guys.
All right.
There's one last question
Okay.
I just put in. It's I don't know how to say that much. I've got one from Noble0006. I brought up the blocky collision meshes, and someone mentioned a system that lets you make your own collisions. Is that still being debated?
Yes, it is. Well, not really debated. It's gonna be added.
All right.
So
that's a confirmed upcoming feature.
Yeah.
Do you mean as in multiplayer or just when you bump into a wall?
Wait, what do you mean?
He's talking about the meshes, I think, on the vehicles themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because right now it's just sort of a vague cube shape of some kind.
Yeah, it's like most parts get just cube colliders on them, and a lot of them get removed as well. But we really need a system where you can just add in your own collisions, so you could make a boat without needing like wings for a collider, but you can just make a floor out of plates and have it work.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that would be essential for building anything that has a platform you can walk on.
Yeah, exactly. And it would be hell a lot more optimized as well, because you could just remove all the useless colliders.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've noticed some of the planes we've seen are a little difficult to get inside sometimes because the colliders currently get in the way.
Yeah.
I think that's just about all.
Okay.
Yep.
A confirmed that the Steam controller works on Homebrew.
Yeah, and a shout out for his YouTube channel. He does a lot of I want to call them almost like tech videos where he breaks down these like controllers and other items, but he does a serious breakdown on the Steam controller, how to use it, how to tweak it, all of this stuff. So definitely check that out. I know he's using it, and I looked at it. I'm thinking about getting one. One thing I like about actually not even that, but there's another thing you can get where I guess you can like stream what's on your desktop to your
the Steam Link.
Yeah, thinking about getting that.
Yeah, I've heard it works really well. Basically, it's a Chrome stick, but for streaming Steam games. Right. So as long as your network is fine, it should work.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up. I think it's been a very informative stream. We've had a lot of people on the stream watching. We appreciate that. We hope you guys appreciated getting some answers on some of the questions. Big hats off to the 3 winners, but also the people that entered the contest. We currently have going on American Muscle Car Challenge. There's still time to get into that. And I think we're thinking of some other ideas for other challenges, but we are open for suggestions from the community as well about future challenges. So I'm just going to go down the list again. A big thank you to Colin and Sated Milkman.
Glad to be here as usual.
Howdy, and congrats to the winners, and thanks all for participating.
Yep. And then Dev Team, again, for being in here and taking the time out from the game itself. Igneous, Mark Sputnik, and Fizikov.
No worries, man. Love being here.
Yeah, it was an awesome stream. And for the Muscle Car Challenge, best of luck for everybody because we have all big creations so far. I think it will be even harder to decide the winners on that. But good luck.
Yes, agreed. Some awesome stuff come. Cheers, peace, guys. And on behalf of
one last thing.
Yes.
Savion Dallas wants to know when's the next live stream. Is there a scheduled one?
No, but I am going to do that after this stream, and probably the next stream will just be a kind of like a horse around stream, I call it, or whatever, where we jump on again. I'll open up the mic here in Discord and basically share user creations, vehicles, and we'll just have fun and have a good time. But then we'll schedule here in a couple of weeks a formal another dev Q&A kind of thing. So keep those questions and ideas coming, and we'll do another one of these too as well.
All right.
Okay. Behalf of Copy Bug Paste, guys, thanks for joining the stream. And again, big thanks to the dev team. Now get your butts back to work. Quit slacking.
Detachers.
Will do, sir.
Yes. All right. Let me turn the stream.